Hey, brother. Welcome to a new week as we consider being a man of integrity, a man who's integrated in all the facets of his life. You know, when we want to see the importance of a word, sometimes if we just make it its opposite, we see how important it is to move toward the positive side of it. For example, the word discouraged means that we're robbed of courage, or disunity means we're no longer one with the people that we wanted to be with. But how about the word disintegration? Suddenly, the word integration pops out of that because we know that to be disintegrated means that we're fragmented. We fly off into pieces. We're no longer whole. We're compartmentalized. And nobody wants to be disintegrated. Well, I want to talk all this week about something that we all face, whether it's for a day or an hour or a season, or sometimes we get stuck in it, and it's called resistance. It's our internal resistance to change, to go someplace we need to go, or it's the external resistance that makes the difficult seem impossible. Resistance. And I'm coming to Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 8. And I want you to hear this. There's a silence here between verse 8 and verse 9. Verse 8 says, "For the good hand of God was upon me." But then in verse 9, it says, "Then I came to the governors of the province beyond the river." So something happened between verse 8, when he was still in the court of Artaxerxes, and verse 9, when he's in Judah. In other words, he did all this travel. And here's our word for the day that conjures up in all of us some resistance, and it's the word ending. Ending. You know, before anything new can begin, there needs to be an ending. Sometimes those endings are natural, they're positive. It's like graduating from high school. We're no longer a high schooler, we're on to something else. Or maybe it's marriage. We're no longer single. We love being married. Maybe it's a new job. We're no longer unemployed. Or we get a new house and we're no longer renting. But sometimes these endings are much more difficult, like stepping away from a pleasure or a habit. Or maybe it's stepping away from a relationship. Maybe it's making a decision in your business that something needs to change because the market has shifted, and that means all kinds of things about how you go about your business. Maybe there's someone you hired who's not doing their job, and there needs to be an ending. All of us find endings very stressful at times. But Nehemiah gives us a great example of a man who had a desire to do something right, something righteous, something affirmed by God, and he had to make an ending. So I want to ask you today, what kind of resistance comes into your heart and mind when you think about ending something that needs to end? And unless it's ended, you can't begin that new journey. This is not about harming yourself. It's not about harming other people. It's about saying, before I can move on to that new thing, I know that I need to stop doing things I'm accustomed to. I need to end them, or I need to get to a place where something new can begin. Does resistance rise up in you? Well, Nehemiah obviously made an ending, and he did it in a very fluid way. Oh, that we could learn from him and from God as he teaches us. Think about that today as you go about your day, and be a man of integrity. God bless you.